Okay, get your drinks, get your popcorn, it's time for some more PCM25 career mode. In the last 5 episodes, I think we both noticed that there was something wrong with PCM. The game was too easy. Let's be honest, a brand new pro team like Sirocco for Endurance coming to the fore, winning 36 times in the span of 5 months and a bit, being the most winning team in the entire world of cycling, that story is too good to be true. And it turns out, the reason that the game felt so easy was because there was a bug in Pro Cycling Manager. Quite literally a mistake in the code that when you select extreme difficulty, your races still play on normal difficulty. So it is a little bit disappointing that so far we've basically been playing on normal difficulty. But yesterday, the developers of the game released a patch fixing that mistake, so we're now back on extreme difficulty. Financially, our team is still not looking fantastic though, so with actual extreme difficulty, getting prize money will be harder. But let's be honest, what are they gonna do? What is Sirocco for Endurance gonna do to me if my team goes bankrupt? They won't be able to pay my termination fee because they have no money. If anything, I played a blinder here. Anyway, when it comes to our races, we'll start off with the Andorra Moraban Classica, basically a mountain one-day race. I'm actually quite excited for this one-day race in Andorra because next week I'm going to Andorra. I'm literally going to the finish, La Massana. Our first leader is Iker Mintegi with 70 mountain stat. And also Andro Kamika, also 70. Or Markel Bellocchi, also 70. What I'm trying to say is our leader will depend on daily form. Wait a second, are you serious? This race literally starts at the border of Spain and Andorra and goes all the way to La Massana. Starting off at the Port d'Envalira, 12 kilometers at 6%. After that, Col d'Ordino, 7.9 kilometers, 5.6%. This was my first climb I ever climbed myself. Then the Col de la Comea, very steep, 3.9 kilometers, 9.3%. And then a gravel sector on top of a climb, followed by the Col de Bechalis, 4.8 kilometers, 11.5%. And the final climb is the Col de la Botella, 7.3%, 8.8 kilometers, with a max gradient of 19%. This one-day race is absolutely ridiculous. When it comes to our daily form, Okamika starts with a +2 on the day, so 73 mountain stat. Mintegi 72 on the day, Bellocchi 74, so Markel Bellocchi is our leader. The peloton is stopping the fast climb of the day, and this building right here is actually a hotel where we did our Remco Evenepoel interview on the podcast a couple years ago, so that's quite funny. In the last 40 kilometers of the race as we speak, and we've got a few teams pacing. Petrolike for Caicedo and Kern Pharma as well for their leader, but I'm just trying to survive for now. But I am quite scared of this climb. It's very steep, but most importantly, a gravel segment on top. My riders are suffering energy-wise, but I am surviving in the front group. Still 100 people in here, that is crazy. But now it's time for an absolute monster. The Col de Bechalis, 4.8 kilometers, 11.5%, and I'm just trying to hold on for now. I want to get over this climb in the fast group. Almost at the end of the climb, people are suffering. Riders are dropping left and right, down to 34 riders, and we are still in it with 3 riders, so that is looking great, but the tempo is significant. Come on, Bellocchi, keep on following. The peloton was 100 people at the start of this climb, 19 people entering the descent, so a much smaller group. Time for the final climb. People keep on dropping, solid climbers as well, 8.8 kilometers at 7.3%, and my team is actually looking good, but let's hope that's still the case at the finish line. In the last 5 kilometers, and I've decided to switch leader because Okamika is looking better than Bellocchi, which that is kind of crazy. Last 3 kilometers, there might be a gap here. Let's not have a gap. There is a gap, there is a gap, there is a gap. Come on, Bellocchi, close that down. Last 2 kilometers, Caicedo is done for. We're going to pass him and drop him. Bellocchi is done for. Okamika is looking bad energy-wise, so I don't think we're gonna win this one. I don't think we're gonna win this one. We're most likely gonna finish second here, but the winner is gonna be Jose Felix Parra. Just like me, this man is completely empty, but he was the better rider, so well done, Okamika. I have to say, that was a really fun race. Okay, time for the national championships then. Starting off with this one, the Slovenian time trial championships against Pogačar and Roglic. So I'll quick sim this one. Oh my god, we finished 4th, 6th and 8th. That's amazing. Honestly, simulating this one was the best decision that I could have done. Next up is another race we can't really compete in, the Portuguese time trial. Almeida is the favorite. Both our riders have 64 time trials, so I'm simulating this one. And once again, quick simulation delivers 6th place for Juli Leitao. Now this is a race I will ride. Ivan Romeo 77 time trial, the Spanish national championships. And our man is second favorite, but we've got the highest time trial stat on the start lists. So it's simple, I want to win this race. Okay, it's time. Ivan Romeo is about to start his time trial. 50 kilometers with a climb in the last 15k, so we gotta spend most of our energy on that climb. By the way, 79 time trial on the day, so we can't lose this. Oh my god, Romeo is absolutely flying. 72 effort, and Juan Ayuso is about to be caught. There we go, flying straight past Juan Ayuso into the first time check. I reckon we're gonna be fast here. I can feel it. Let's take a look at the right top. Yes, we do. A minute 42 on the rest of the competition on our teammate, Markel Bellocchi. Passing our next minute man, Pablo Castrillo, buddy. I'm sorry, but we're on a great day and you're the victim. On the climb now, we're going 86, but it looks like Castrillo is trying to fly past us. Ooh la la. Did we pace this wrong? Second time check and we're still first by 3 minutes 44? What? Then again, energy-wise, we're basically out of yellow bar with 6 kilometers to go, so we gotta play this right now. I still believe we have this. Of course we do, it's not even close. There we go, Romeo to the line by 3 minutes and 14 seconds on Carlos Rodriguez. Ayuso finishes second by a massive 2 minutes 45. This is not just a victory, this is a massacre. Anyway, Ivan Romeo is the new Spanish time trial champion. Okay, the time trials are behind us and I'm super happy that I won one, but I really want to win a road race. So yeah, let's do this. Starting off in Portugal with a hilly parkour, João Almeida and Morgado at the start line, so this will be difficult to win. Especially because our best rider is Gonçalo Tavares, which there's a small difference in level there. From the get-go, quite a few riders trying to form a breakaway, but I don't believe a breakaway will win because there's too much strength in the peloton, so Tavares can stay in the peloton. The last 25 kilometers are here and attacks are already happening on the first climb. I need to make sure I can follow on. 95 already. This tempo is ridiculous. By the way, is it me or does this parkour look a lot like Giro dell'Emilia? Anyway, over the top of the first climb, now down to 27 effort in the descent. Because, well, I want to recover my energy. Now we are once again full yellow bar on the second climb of the day, but once again the tempo is really fast, so I gotta make sure I can follow. Over the top of the second climb now, the breakaway has been caught, and so far I'm actually surviving quite well. The third climb now, also the third last climb, and I think this is where attacks might start to happen, so I gotta watch out now on the left side of the road. Almeida is starting to pace himself. Is that a move? I think that's a move. Or at least very hard pacing. So, Tavares, you gotta follow, buddy. Almeida did not get separation and we are still present in the group without red bar though. So, I don't think we're gonna win this race, but I'm doing my absolute best. 9.5 kilometers to go on the second last climb and we've got Almeida Moto pacing up the climb. Buddy, what was that? I saw that. Either way, we are following, so Tavares is actually doing a fantastic job at the moment in a group of 11 riders only, so let's keep on pushing. How is Leitao still here? One climb left to come, all or nothing, and I'm trying to recover as much yellow as possible in this descent. Here we go, onto the climb. We've got both UAE boys looking fantastic, and they're going to fly up this climb, aren't they? Leitao is struggling. No, he's not. Tavares, come on, man. Come on, buddy. 95. Keep on going, keep on going. Rui Costa is done for, but Tavares is not. We're gonna get a top 10 here. That is fantastic, but we are struggling so hard. Almeida's gonna win this so easily. 99 to the top now by Tavares, but João Almeida is a new Portuguese champion ahead of Ruben Guerreiro. It's not even close, and Tavares finishes maybe 7th? Yeah, 7th place, so solid top 10, that is pretty good. But in this next race, the Slovenian National Championships, I'm not okay with just the top 10. I want to win this race against Tadej Pogačar. I really think Mateusz Govikar can do it. Okay, this race started off in the worst way possible. There's literally a breakaway up the road with Roglic, Pogačar, lots of domestiques for them, and Mohoric. And a minute 20 behind, I'm desperately trying to clean up this mess, but I'm not sure it's possible. Oh, the breakaway sat up, and we're back. We're back in the game. That is crazy. I did not expect that. So, the race is entering the last 20 kilometers. Attacked by Tadej Pogačar. 95 on Matic Zumar. Come on, buddy. This is your work. Control the goat of cycling. There we go. Tadej Pogačar has been controlled entering the last 15 kilometers. Now, I do expect more attacks to come, but we need to control it because our man Govikar wants a sprint. Oh, attack on the left side of the road once again. Tadej Pogačar and Primož Roglic. Come on, Dylan Fincht. Follow those guys. Follow them. Tadej Pogačar has a gap with 5 kilometers to go on Roglic and on us. We're trying to close it down. Come on, Govikar. This is your moment. If you want to become Slovenian national champion, you have to catch Tadej Pogačar. Lead out by Dylan Finch, but I don't think I'll make it. Govikar goes on the right side of the road, flying past Primož Roglic, but can I make it to Pogačar? I don't think I will. Tadej Pogačar will win the Slovenian national championships with a gap of 16 seconds on our man Mateusz Govikar, but Tadej Pogačar was simply the best. Losing the Slovenian national championships, that one hurts a little bit. Even though it's against Pogačar, I really wanted to become Slovenian champion. But I guess we'll have to try again next year. Anyway, on to Spain for the final road race, and it looks like a versatile sprint. Not exactly our favorite terrain. I was hoping for something a bit more climby. In a race like this, Movistar has too many domestiques, so the break has no chance of making it, so I'm staying in the peloton. In the last 6.5 kilometers, and our train is looking absolutely fantastic. Beloki can take over on not 99, let's do 95 for now. Movistar on the right for Barenecha. We've got Okamika ready to take over pretty soon. 99 on Beloki, come on. Quite a few teams are going better position-wise, but I think we'll fix that pretty soon. On to the climb right now. Okamika can go right now. Frale can launch as well. We are so far behind. We are so far behind right now, but I still think it's possible. It is not possible. It is definitely not possible. Why did I say we were in a perfect position? We were in Narnia. Barenecha wins and Romeo and Frale finish 6th and 7th. I really think if our lead-out brought us to a better position in the first place that we could have won that versatile sprint, but in the end, 6th, 7th and 9th, so that is disappointing. I guess that was it when it comes to the national championships, and we only won a single race, the ITT in Spain, so I was kind of hoping for more. I wanted a road race. Honestly, I'm extremely interested in signing Matthias Kopecky from the Czech Republic. Only 22 years old, 74 sprint already, 73 hill stats, 74 cobble, so a versatile sprinter with 5.5 star potential on sprinting, and we need a sprinter. So yeah, Matthias Kopecky is a rider I really want to sign. We knew from the start of the season that Sirocco's contract with our team would expire at the end of the season, at the end of 2025. But as you can see on the prospecting page, quite a few brands have reached out to our team to potentially be our new sponsor in the next year. And now we also have some formalized offers from brands. The first company knocking on our door is Cortizo, a Spanish construction company that is giving us a contract of 3 years at 795,000 euros per year. That is about 90,000 more than our current Sirocco contract. Sirocco does want to extend for another 2 years, but at the same money, so that's a bit low. Another option is this one, Once. They actually sponsored a cycling team back in the 90s, but their offer is okay. 750,000 euros, but only a 1-year contract. Our last offer comes from McLaren, car company known from F1, but also from sponsoring Bahrain McLaren. They offer a lengthy contract of 3 years at just over 800,000. But there's a problem. One of their sponsor conditions is no increase in funds, so throughout these 3 years, we are stuck at 800k. But of course, I want our team to grow, so that's unacceptable for me. For the same reason, Cortizo is also useless for me. Now, we know our team can have 3 sponsors in total, so in a perfect world, I could accept Sirocco and Once both as sponsors, but Once does not want that. They want to be associated with a maximum of 1 other sponsor, and that's for endurance. So there's basically 2 options on the table, Once or Sirocco. But I don't like that Once will restrict us in the amount of sponsors we can have, so I reckon I'll go with Sirocco, despite the lower monetary value. And mostly because I like our kit. Okay then, 3, 2, 1, there we go. Oh, what is this? The position of sponsors can be changed up to October 31st. If I switch them around, my money goes down by 300k. Why would I do that? Not exactly giving me a massive choice here. Anyway, time to sign the contract officially. There we go. Okay, lots of admin done. Next up, I want to get back to racing. And it's actually quite an obscure race, the Tour of Magnificent Qinghai. Like, it's something different, but it should be fun. Because Yuri Leitao is at this race, and he's ready to start farming. I swear the roads in these Chinese continental races are built different, simply so wide, and also, the peloton is so colorful. Last 4 kilometers, Beloki can take over right now. Right in the wheel is ready to launch the lead out. Ooh, we've got a train on the left side doing a lot better, so I'll launch early right now with Beloki. Right is on the left in his wheel. Come on, come on, come on. Right launches early. Leitao as well, because there's a corner right there. So let's launch with, is that too early? 1.5 is way too early, Benji, way too early, but this corner is bailing me out. We're actually winning by 5 seconds. Yuri Leitao dominates stage 1. I was scared I launched too early there, but in the end, we won easily. The second stage is also a sprint stage, but this time we are not the favorite. That is Daniel Babor of Caja Rural, but I'll beat that man. Holy, what is this daily form of my team? -1, -3, -2, -3. Sick Marcos Freire. -1, 0 days. So That's not a good day for my team. But I am still confident in our sprinter Leitao in the yellow jersey with 74 sprint on the day, so let's win this. Last 4.5 kilometers, our sprint train is struggling. Belocchi is not a great third last man. 99 on him, but Wright is gonna have to open up early. I don't like that at all. We're gonna have to go 97 or something. Come on, bring Leitao to the front. We're still okay. We're still okay on the right side of the road. Wright starts sprinting. Leitao in the wheel can launch right. Now there we go on the right side of the road. We are so far behind, so incredibly far behind, and we won't come even close to winning. It's for Kolnagi, and Leitao will finish somewhere in the top 10. Honestly, we got absolutely schooled in this sprint. Our lead out was simply not good enough, and that's why we finished 8th. The next stage was pretty cool on paper, but it kept on crashing, so I had to quick sim it. And amazing news, the simulation led to a group sprint, so Markel Belocchi lost a total of 0 seconds. But let's hope that stage 4, an actual mountain stage, does work. Actually, I've been saying that Belocchi is our leader with 70 mountain. Unai Ramos has 71, so he might be our man. Ay, starting off with a -1 on Ramos and a -3 on Belocchi, so horrible days for our guys, but it doesn't actually impact their mountain stats, so we're lucky. The peloton is on the first climb of the day, still 10 kilometers to go to the top, but my riders are absolutely suffering. Look at their yellow bars, Belocchi and Ramos, it's almost empty. We need this group to slow down. Come on boys, 4 kilometers to the top, still a large group of 30 riders, but I am suffering so much. Come on Ramos, hold on for dear life, but it's not looking good. Actually, last 2.5 kilometers and the tempo is gone, so we are surviving for now. Coming to the front in the last kilometer as we speak to potentially take the KOM points for free. I'm not complaining on top here. There goes Ramos. Belocchi, get over the top, get over the top. Ramos takes the points. I just dropped Belocchi doing that. Hopefully the tempo keeps dying, because I want to come back with Belocchi. That was not the smartest thing to do. Come on, Markel, they're right there. Come on, you can see them. Ride faster. Yeah, Markel Belocchi is not coming back. My man is in Narnia, so it's all down to Ramos, and we see an attack by Balderstone on the left, but seemingly he stopped his attack. There goes a move on the final climb. Delgado, Rikunov, Skalko, and Liu. Come on, boy. Unai Ramos, this is your moment. Just follow. Ooh, attack just before the top. It's Silva going off the front, and Cajarural was the one controlling the group, so I don't want that man to get a gap here. Here I make my move. There goes Ramos on this steep section. Let's try and counter. The whole group is in my wheel, so this ain't working. Thomas Silva is solo with 2 chasers, Echevarria and Ivanov, and a gap of 15 seconds on the group with Ramos, so I can't do anything here. I have to let other teams control this. And they are seemingly doing that, so they're closing those attacks down. Come on, Ramos, it's a descent to the finish line. Use that 64 downhill stat to get to the front of the group, because it's a sprint all out already. Come on, Ramos, get to the front, get to the front, get to the front. Those attackers will be fighting for the stage win, but I don't want to lose any time. Come on, man. We're going to be on a gap. We're going to be on a gap, and the stage winner is going to be Echevarria from a team that I don't even know that team. Okay, the positive is no time gap, so Unai Ramos is in the same time as the winner. So in GC we're on 10 seconds. And that brings us to another opportunity for Yuri Leitao, another sprint. And today I want revenge. Last 3.3 kilometers, our sprint train is perfectly on the rails, but gotta make sure I don't get left behind this time around. Frederik can launch right now on just sprint. Just sprint already. Is that too early? It might be. Last kilometer, Leitao can launch a sprint too on the right side of the road. Come on, Yuri. No. We just don't get close. Kolnagi is gonna win the sprint, and extreme difficulty is necking me. Hey, I don't want a single person in the comment section saying, Benji, the video is not fun because you're winning everything. I'm sorry, I'm losing everything now. And it's not that Leitao is sprinting badly, it's that my lead-out train fails to position him. Next up, back to the mountains, only 59 kilometers and a single climb, so this is quite intriguing. I'd like to get a top 5, but I feel like top 10 might be more realistic. Especially because somehow my man is allergic to 23 degrees sun. Bro, what do you want when it comes to weather? Snow? Hi. So the race has begun. Immediately a breakaway of 5 riders up the road, but I won't do that. I'll go from the peloton. Ramos with a 0 day, so 72 mountain. Let's do this. Even on the flat before the climb, the tempo in this peloton is significant, so I'm trying to spend as little energy on Ramos as possible because his flat stat is only 63. Come on, hold on to the back of the group, Ramos. Hold on. With the bare minimum energy spendage. That's a gap. That is a gap. We are caught behind. Come on, Ramos. close that down. We can't afford to be behind. One by one riders are dropping from the front of the race, but my energy with Ramos is an absolute disaster. I'm trying to spend as little energy as possible, but stay with the group, but it's not working. I'm getting gapped every single meter. Meanwhile, attacks at the front. Merhawi Kudus is attacking over the top of the steep segment. Beloki can take over from Jumer, because Jumer is gone. Ramos is looking way worse than Beloki, by the way. But we are in the... No, we are not. We just got dropped over the top, so that's sad. I tried to recover my energy on that descent, but it did not really work. I still have very limited yellow bar with 13 kilometers to go, so this stage is an absolute disaster. One by one, people are dropping in front of us though, so if this keeps on going, maybe we might end up magically in the top 10, but it's not looking likely. At the front of the race, we might have a winner. Hugo de la Calle is riding away from Alex Molinar. That is 3 minutes ahead of Ramos, who's trying to pick up riders one by one, but it's not exactly working. Actually, wait, we are in 6th position in the race? Oh my god, we can get a solid GC position here. We just have to keep on going and not explode, but our yellow bar is completely empty. Into the last 2k, Ramos is dropping Markel Beloki, and we're trying to move up as much as possible, as many seconds ahead of the others as possible, but we don't have much energy, so it's all about a balance. Let's do 80 into the last few meters. There we go, Ramos finishes 5th place. I'm actually quite happy with that. I think that's a top 5 in GC. Yes, indeed. 5th place by 6 seconds on Petr Rikunov. Like, of course, the results we got in the last couple of episodes were much better, but the results we're getting now are much more fulfilling. So I'm extremely happy that they fixed that difficulty bug. Anyway, all the GC action for this race is behind us. It's now down to sprinting again, so Yuri Leitao time. So, good news, our sprint train is on the rails, but bad news, Leitao with a -2 on the day, so that's not great. Also, the last 5 kilometers are basically downhill, so we gotta keep that in mind for the sprint. Last 4 kilometers, Beloki can launch. We're kind of behind the lead out on the left side for Selby, but I'm trying to catch up. Paul Wright is boxed in as well, so that's not great. Beloki can actually sprint. There we go. Right in the wheel is ready to launch right now already. Come on, we're not gonna catch up. We're in no way catching up. Leitao launches, but we're in Narnia. We're all the way in Narnia. We win the sprint for the peloton, but there's a breakaway of 9 sprinters. So yeah, our man finishes 9th. I keep saying it, but our lead out is really holding Leitao back. It wasn't Paul Wright's fault, but my third last man just isn't good enough. Anyway, the final stage of this race is once again a sprint, but if I can't win with my own lead out, what if I put Leitao in the wheel of a different sprinter? That is my strategy for this one. By the way, I don't think there was a single day in this entire stage race where my team had a good day. Yuri Leitao with a -3 on the final sprint. We're starting on a back foot. Over the last few sprint stages, Selby has been pretty well positioned, so I think I'll try to aim for his wheel. Let's try and move back to his wheel. Hopefully we're the first sprinter that does so. There we go, Leitao's in the wheel of Selby. Meanwhile, Paul Wright is going 99, maybe a bit too much. Let's do 90 to try and catch the last remnants of the breakaway, because they've still got a gap, which that's actually quite dangerous. The break might win this. Really, the one time I'm not setting up my sprint train, the break might actually ride away with it. The gap is still 40 seconds with 4.5 kilometers to go. This is silly. This is so incredibly silly. My team is desperately trying to catch the breakaway, but it's still 40 seconds, 35 seconds in the wheel of Selby. His lead out is leading out. We're in the wheel. We're looking okay. We might actually get close. Last kilometer, I launch right now. We might get blocked by breakaway riders. I think we might have been blocked there, but we're out of energy anyway. This was a disaster once again. We barely top 10 this. I actually don't think we finish in the top 10. What a disaster of a sprint. Leitao finishes 11th place in the sprint. That's just sad. Wait. Petr Rikunov on the stage? He takes 10 bonus seconds? He passes us in GC? No! We lost our 5th place! I think it's time to rename this race to the Tour of Not So Magnificent Qinghai. We got absolutely battered. Okay, with that race behind us, I want to take one last look at our transfer dossiers. I'm sorry, what? The agent of Juan P. Lopez has increased his dossier points once again? Like, El Patron would be a great signing, but I don't want to spend 16 dossier points on him. I don't think it's worth it anymore, so I'll close his dossier. I do like the idea of potentially signing Raul Garcia Pierna. He's got the climbing and the time trial, but he's basically AliExpress Ivan Romeo. Meanwhile, a different option, Jose Felix Parra, is basically Juan P. Lopez from Temu. Yeah, I think I'll go with Raul Garcia Pierna. There we go. And actually, I think his brother, Carlos Garcia Pierna, would be a solid mount in Domestique. 74 mountain too. So I think I'll sign him as well. I can't wait for the transfer period to begin. Anyway, on to the final race of today's episode. The Classica Terres de Lebre, a mountain finish. Ivan Sosa with 76 mountain is the favorite, but I want to win, so I brought my big gun, Ivan Romeo 74 mountain. So far, extreme difficulty has been destroying me in every single race, but hopefully, in this final race, we can deliver. Oh no, starting off with a -2 on the day, so a -1 on mountain stat, but Bellocchi with a +2, so 74 mountain. Bellocchi might be our leader. 28 kilometers from the finish line, the break has 3 minutes, so I've decided to put Unai Ramos at the front of the peloton. I don't think it's actually necessary though, but the final climb is actually quite a beast. 16 kilometers at 8%, that's a monster climb. And of course, because it's such a long climb, I'll try to spend as little energy as possible in the first few kilometers, but the tempo is actually quite high. I'm actually gonna get dropped if I don't go faster. Come on, 85, hold on Bellocchi, hold on Romeo. Come on boys, 9 kilometers to go, hold on for dear life. Tempo goes up again on this steep section. I'm having to go 80 already at this point on the climb. That is ridiculous, guys. Bellocchi is now getting gapped. Romeo is now looking as a domestique to Bellocchi. Oi, we're getting gapped properly now with still 6 kilometers left in the climb. I hope these guys up front are overextending, because otherwise, I'm cooked. Romeo is done when it comes to protecting Bellocchi. Bellocchi into the final 3.5 kilometers, but his energy is inexistent and the gap is a minute to the front of the race, so I think I'm finishing 5th once again. Yeah, we've properly dropped Boulderstone now in 5th position in the race. Bellocchi, De La Calle is too far away, so it's gonna be a 5th place. But at the front of the race, a Brit is gonna win this race. Harrison Wood is gonna win on top of Montcaro, a wonderful climb by the way. Berrade is gonna get passed as well by De La Calle, and we're gonna finish in a 5th position, and Boulderstone is not going to be able to catch us, so 5th place secure. There we go, across the line. We do finish a massive 2 minutes behind, but I think we should be happy because Markel Bellocchi is a worse climber. In today's episode, our victories are quite meager, and I expected more. I am quite happy about Romeo winning the Spanish ITT Championships, but winning only a single stage at the Tour of Magnificent Qinghai and getting 16 GC, that is bad. Anyway, lots more racing in the next episode, plus imminent bankruptcy and transfer day. But all of that is for next time. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!